What's up, everybody? Welcome to Offended and Unfriended, our weekly show.
Yes.
Episode 10.
Is it
episode 10? I believe so, yeah.
Subscribe and like.
Hey, congratulations.
Like and subscribe.
Throw it right in.
We made it like 6 or 7 episodes straight of our cups.
Yeah.
And,
Well, now you got your Contigo. Contigo.
yeah.
Because we're doing morning show, so you need cafe.
Hold on.
This is just water.
Let me throw this in there real
Yeah,
quick.
there you go.
you
Just
go.
hold that.
Oh, yeah, let me get that.
That's just water.
That? Yeah.
You're putting your koozie around a thing that has a koozie kind of built in. That's not going to fit.
Bro, I had 3 cups of coffee already today.
Oh, look, it's American politics.
What? Offended and Unfriended?
That's all fucked up. It doesn't make sense.
Here we go. Now we got a little...
Yes.
There we go.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Some dude from Austria went in on our politics on the comment section.
He actually
Was it
he said
Austria or Australia?
Austria.
Austria's
Right.
I agree, Jet.
Because he made a comment going, Austria, not Australia.
did he say
I
that?
find myself having to correct Americans for that because they
Oh,
don't
nice.
know where the hell they're going or what the hell they...
I know where Austria is.
That's
I'm
probably why-
German.
Well, that's what I said, but still, it's still freaking hilarious.
funny, yeah.
He's probably related to the people who started World War I.
Did you guys read that
Okay.
comment?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's
They want
nice.
more politics. I'm like, really?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, that
wants
another
a-
guy.
he's-
Another guy wanted more
he's like-
politics.
They
He's
want
like,
more politics.
you guys should have a political show. It's like, none of us are experts in
Yeah.
any sort of
Which is
political
why we're good
field.
at it.
That's why I love it. It's so much
it's like,
fun.
sure, just more fucking
Sounds like
opinion out there.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds like the United States Congress.
Fucking blow up the system. Why? I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in.
It's
Fuck them. As Jesse would say, fuck them.
Press the reset button.
bring it to Congress. Hey,
Hey, listen, it's
Fuck him.
it's Columbus Day. I said Columbus. I didn't say Happy Indigenous People Day.
it is. You know what? Congratulations to the Italians.
Yeah, he was a bad guy. So what?
In honor of Columbus Day, I'm going to take the wrong way to all my points today. I just want everyone to
Fine.
know that. I'm going
gonna have like a
the
3-hour
wrong
show.
Do this. If you could do that, that would be literally the
Oh,
the
God, I
most
think I would
genius
kill
thing.
myself.
We're going to do it all
That's
day
amazing.
long. But go ahead.
amazing.
Go ahead. All day long.
Hey, as long as you can admit the faults.
No,
The thing is
I'm
the
going
faults.
to go
is-
look for spices today.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
he sucked. All right, yeah, he sucked at traveling the Earth, the globe.
He's an Italian guy who sailed for the Spanish who found Cuba.
and
You know, like-
and called indigenous people Indians because he thought he was in India.
Right.
He was fucked up. Maybe
Yeah.
he was high. Did you ever think of that? Maybe he had
Of course
scurvy.
I've thought of that.
Scurvy was very.
Said, of
Tommy,
course.
they had been going over to the west, or I guess the east, right?
listen.
They had been going over to China
He's like.
and Asia for so long.
China.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna tell me that they
China.
didn't get,
China.
they weren't smoking fucking
Of
opium,
course.
and they
then he
were
saw brown people and was like, "Oh, Indians."
Indians, right?
Come on.
What a racist!
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
You're right. Tear his fucking statue down.
Stop it. It's an Italian man right there. How dare you?
I would have just made all his statues go the wrong way.
But can't we just
I
say-
would have sent the message.
can't
I
we
would-
just say-
I would just turn all his statues backwards.
His fuck ups started this mess we're in right now, so I'm happy about it.
You're saying like where we live?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm happy to be born. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Would you rather be?
All
Would you
that
rather be
shit.
here or in a village in Italy?
I mean, Italy's, yeah. I mean,
No lectin in your soil.
Just
You can eat all the bread you want. You're not going to get fat.
JP.
You know what I mean? Like,
JP.
no.
J-
All right.
JP.
I agree with you. I love it.
For the record, I could be running around in Africa with naked boobs everywhere, avoiding a cheetah
Yeah, but-
and a gazelle.
yeah, but what's
For the record,
Yeah, but that's
not
like
knowing the difference.
that's like nursed naked.
that's like
boobs.
hot.
Who knows?
hot.
You know?
Who knows? That's American TV.
But yeah,
Who knows?
JP's
Swinging
right there
titties.
too,
I'd have to
man.
be
Like
there.
that's like hot.
Who's the comedian that said, "With the sun
Like-
be leaning on you"? Oh fuck!
Yeah,
one of the
right,
comedians. Yeah. Come on, one of the kings of comedy.
It's hot,
Why am I
hot.
drawing a blank on his name right now? He's
I
got
don't
the
know.
TV show, the T.
Steve Harvey?
Yes, thank you. Christ, I
Okay.
couldn't remember his name.
The Family Feud guy.
Family Feud guy now.
No, he's not the Family Feud guy. That's
He is
bad.
the best.
but he is.
He's the best, but he's not the Family Feud
Why?
guy.
Because he doesn't make out with the fucking contestants?
No, the first Family. No, you know why? Because
Not just like, hey, what's going on?
R.I.P. The first feud guy really was like, that's the feud guy. Was like what Louis Anderson. I think he was the first time I was like, that's the feud guy. And then
Drew Carey, right?
No,
No,
Wasn't
that's
he a
he's
Price
feud
is
guy?
Right.
Oh, Price is
Price is Right now, baby.
right.
Chill. What's the guy that used to sexually harass girls before him? That's the price.
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker. Don't bark up the wrong tree, lady. That's the guy.
No, the original Family Feud guy used to like literally lick contestants' teeth. He was just like, yeah.
Oh my
So they
God.
got the Family Guy
And
skit.
how are you, Martha? You know,
The Family Guy skit? I'm just going to feel one of your breasts here. And one right there. All right. 5 things you find in a bathroom. 3 seconds. Whatever the hell he says.
Oh, it's stupid.
So, anything that people got offended and wanted to unfriend anything about this week? I know not personally, but the man Bill Burr himself definitely got some unfriending, but he got a lot of friending, I would say.
He certainly did a lot of offending.
Offending for sure.
Yeah.
And I love when he does it.
Yeah.
He went in. So how do you, I mean,
Listen,
I know you're all about what he said.
No, bro, I think it's so. Okay, I don't want to be the guy that does the what it really was and how it was said, but woke comes from stay woke. So
Right.
black people, you know, you got to stay woke. So stay woke is like,
Yeah.
just because something looks a certain way doesn't mean it's actually
That way.
that way or
Sure.
it's beneficial. So
Be privy
Yeah,
to what's going on behind the scenes.
So you be like,
as white people,
you be like, stay woke. Like they be like, yo, this just happened, and like, yo, you gotta stay woke because you
Right.
know on the back end of that, this is what's happening. So now,
I mean, isn't that like pretty much like Candice Owens' whole platform?
not exactly.
Okay.
But
I'm asking.
But ready? As a matter of fact, since Jesse brought that up, Candice,
you did that, though.
Candice Owens is a stay woke project, and we're gonna
Sure.
All right, it's Christmas. Let's open this shit up. All right. So
Oh, we're gift wrapping here.
yes, because here we go. Candice
Or
Owens,
unwrapping.
Makes me happy.
Candice Owens, and Kamala Harris are the stay woke projects for black people. Oh yeah,
I'm listening.
Let's go.
Go on.
Let's go.
I'm interested here.
The Maria, the Nina, and the Pinto. Let's go. Let's take the
Santa
boats.
Maria?
Santa Maria.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Whatever, close enough.
So now we got. So you got Candice Owens, who is telling black people what we're kind of doing wrong, and what.
Well, you have Candice Owens who's telling black people what the Democratic Party is doing wrong for black people.
which is basically the same because she's saying the faith that they have in
Right.
Democratic Party
Yes.
is the beginning of
Okay.
allowing
both
them to do
ways.
it. And then Kamala Harris also is someone.
Who's a closet Republican who says,
Yeah, basically,
Oh, okay.
she has
Sorry. Okay.
she has a reputation for saying what it is that black people should be doing, but her profession and her trade has actually worked against the black people.
Hence why you posted that mural. Of
Yes.
that was a classic. Did you see?
I
what you
didn't
posted?
see, no.
Oh.
There's a mural.
I was
of-
out all weekend, guys. I was,
It's a mural. It makes her face, but it's every black person that was locked up by her.
Whoa.
And it makes her face. So I posted it because I thought it was an interesting piece of art.
It's like, whoa.
wow.
Yeah.
But here's a stay woke moment. Ready? Since we're talking about stay woke, Candice Owens is a black woman married to a white man who does the bidding of another white man, Donald Trump. Kamala Harris, black woman married to a white man, does the bidding of another white man. So realistically, all these woke black women leaders that are trying to tell me what I should be doing are doing what's good for them. So they both need to stop with the bullshit. Like you're both trying to line your pockets and do whatever it takes because
Sure.
being a political commentator is a job. So I don't feel bad for
She
you.
needs another pair of
when people
Timbs,
come
bro.
at you, you chose that job. You planted and charted your
path there. Yeah.
and you're getting compensated for it.
Sure.
Like when people come at Kamala Harris, you were a prosecutor. You went to sleep at night. You thought about what you were doing. You went to law school. You
Yeah.
thought about it. People were like, "Do you think it's
Could
fucked
she
up
have
to
not
do-"
have? Could she have not changed her ways? Is that possible?
No, I mean, I
Ready?
think when you have an inherent lack of good inside of you, you can't.
Well, I'm not gonna. I see where he's going.
You know?
Do I think she's evil? Because that's popped up a lot. Because at least 3 people asked me that legit, like straight up. I'm gonna tell you how I answered that. Being from Brooklyn, having been privy to growing up around all sorts of characters and being in the hood, I have never heard that's one cool prosecutor. Like no one's ever been like, you know. Yeah, he was right. I kind of
Got
fucking.
posters of prosecutors
Yeah.
on their walls.
No,
and the,
I mean, I
No
just,
one-
I
no one's
mean,
ever been like, yo,
aside,
you know, he's right, yo.
aside
I
from
probably
her-
should have left the gun home that day. Yeah, that was a lot of weed to have in the car and in my pocket. You know what? They're right. Maybe I should tell him more. Yeah, he's right. I'll tell him where everyone has their shit. No, like nobody.
He's 6'9".
Yeah, he was 6'9". Like nobody is like. There are no prosecutors that are liked.
I'm saying aside from her job title of being a prosecutor, right? I just mean I don't think anyone is a bad moral character because of what they do for a job, right? I know what I mean.
disagree with you there.
But I'm saying that what you do, the actions that you do as an individual in that profession is what defines your character. You know what I mean?
I disagree, and I'm going to tell you why.
Well, I just mean, like, if you withhold evidence,
I'm with you. I'm with
that
you. That
kills two people. Like, you're an evil person.
I get what you're saying, but
if you're going to threaten and laugh that you're going to lock up families, parents, because their kids cut school or are truant. And you laugh as that this is a good thing. Like, why is that a good thing? That's a horrible thing. Like, you're not for the people. You're an evil, inherently evil human being.
Well, they figure, you know what? The Republicans can forget about Donald Trump's misdoings.
That's true.
Why can't the Democrats do it?
But
it's that kind of same mentality. It's fuck me, fuck you.
Yeah. No, but I think it's deeper than that because, come on, guys. We all grew up.
It's just like Kamala. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off on this, but just Kamala Harris is the person that the Black Lives Matter movement is against. She is a person of authority that abuses that power, and it negatively affects people's lives.
And that's why when people say, yo, Kamala Harris, first black president, I'm like, that's awesome. Stay woke. That's the point.
It's a circle. It's a circle.
Yeah. That's the point. Like, I get it. She's cool. She's black. Stay woke. She locked up.
Just because we're here,
a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. By trade,
I'm not even saying like just to clarify that one too. Like the fact that she locked up a lot of black people as a prosecutor, like I don't hold that against her as a negative. It's a bit hypocritical to where you stand now on your we need to relax on the drug the war on drugs and marijuana and all that because you did lock up for 1,200. Minorities on marijuana offense charges, but I don't even whatever. That's part of her job. You know what I mean? Like once the laws were changed, if she continued to do that, then it'd be like, all right, you're a piece of shit for that. But it's just like the level, like the way that she feels that she is above the rest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's that, I guess, that prosecutor mentality where it's laughable.
Okay.
It's okay to laugh about we're going to lock you up if you don't bring your kids to school.
It's not even that. I'm going to tell you something.
And think that that's funny and fair.
No, I'll tell you something.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck them.
When you talk about professions, by and large, there's one profession that everyone holds their teeth about. It's lawyers. Because lawyers play with people's lives based on things that are written. So basically, so much is in the bounds based on their ability to interpret something that we don't understand, which is the law, right? Sure. So now, let's break it down. People, looking at her, as bad as she is the same way certain people, I'm not saying me, will look at a defense attorney who defends someone that we know is guilty. How do you go to sleep at night defending that guy?
Right.
OJ has a glove and he has a fucking 4 guys that sat there and yo, we're getting paid. We don't care.
OJ was innocent. What are you talking about?
Don't talk about Cochran like that. How dare
That's true. That's the glove didn't fit. You're right. But you get my
over the other glove.
Yeah,
come on,
over
stop.
the other glove.
Right.
Because he switched the gloves in that long Bronco ride.
Right.
No, that's not what happened. But
going on.
The blood on the dashboard doesn't mean
94
anything.
guys. 94. Come on.
I wouldn't write a book that says if I did it. I
was in elementary school. I remember watching that shit in the library.
I was in high school, and I can tell you a true story.
Me too.
Someone went running through the hallway. Woo!
Oh, no shit.
And I'm going to give you another 2 seconds into just...
I was excited because I knew him as a football player. You know what I mean? It was
I'm going to give you 2 seconds into
the Juice didn't do this.
The Brooklyn
Naked Gun.
I'm going to give you 2 seconds into the Brooklyn dynamic, perhaps the black people dynamic. It all links back. The reason that kid ran through the hallway screaming at the top of his lungs is because for one split second in United States history, black people thought one thing and one thing only.
We won.
If we have enough money, we can get away with shit. Like it all made
Interesting.
it all made sense.
It's kind of like even the field there.
Like for
right?
once, I'm like,
I see what he's saying.
I'm like, it ain't black or white. It's fucking money.
Well, that's always been it. It's always been a class
OJ
issue.
had the juice, but he had the real juice.
He had the real juice. Yeah.
Because people just sat there like, and white people were pissed because they knew. And black people were like, we know too. This is crazy. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
But this brings you back to lawyers. Like, lawyers are by trade, they play with something that many people don't understand. It's like how you feel when you go to your mechanic and you're like, yo, listen, this one light's gone. He's like, oh, bro, the alternator, bobulator looks bad. It's like, what should I do? I don't know. You're going to have to leave a credit card. That's kind of when a lawyer goes, yeah, man, you're facing 25 to life. That's how they open you up. That means anything else I say after this, you just have to agree because shit looks bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know many criminal attorneys.
I don't know.
That's why, it's
Law
like...
and Order, bro. I'm on season 20.
Oh, God.
No, I'm joking.
Season 20.
Which
one?
You get my point. So the point is like with Kamala, like one of the things I thought about, and I had to give it some deep thought. Like, I'm not in love with Kamala at all, and we're going to talk about this too. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's no prosecutor you like. And then I say to myself, if Kamala was white and she did everything she did, how would I feel about it?
Fair enough.
And the reality is, I would expect it. So I'm mad because I want Kamala to rise above her position and to re-identify with me as a black person. So her career's work, I want her to put it aside a little bit and walk a fine line.
Brown. She's also Indian.
Yeah, and brown. And remember, we talked about this in another episode. But
Do you think that she lived an oppressed life?
No, not at all.
Oh.
She went to college. She went to a historically black college, but she went to college. And, all that good stuff. But the thing is, I don't think we can, like, it's almost just like with the police. I don't blame them to the extent that people do because they are enforcers of a broken system.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is the third tier of that level. So you think of, street cops, you think of what happens between, and you get the AG, the prosecutor, the AG. So to me, like if there was...
But she's in a position as a prosecutor. No, yes. She is in a position to change that broken system.
No,
like the brokenness of the system is between prosecutor and judge. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but I think that, people who are law purists, like, I'll give you an example. That's always been my thought process with marijuana.
Right, but but that's what I mean. Like, even she's not a law purist. If she was a law purist, shady. I would be like, okay, fine. Like she toted that straight line, but when you start dipping into that corrupt and you play with people's lives, like that's what it is. If it was like a Martha Stewart thing where she was like doing some shady shit with her taxes and and she like hid money and like whatever, it's like, all right, well, whatever.
Martha's a gangster for that.
But like she literally played with people's lives.
I know, but
that's not cool.
I don't think it's cool, but what I'm saying is I don't think she does anything else that isn't done on a daily basis in our present criminal justice system.
Okay, fair.
I think that the only thing
if
that's
there are prosecutors out there that are withholding evidence,
they all do it, Jesse.
And if there are, they need to be called out and they need to be reprimanded. They need to be dealt with.
Jesse, like we can't deal with.
We can't just let it go. Like, you know what I mean?
We're asked to do that every day. For example, we have police that shoot unarmed people, and we are asked to let it go. And now you want me to forget that one battle? Let's go after one step higher.
I'm not saying forget that battle. I'm saying
fucking around with
address
evidence.
all of them.
How? Listen, honestly, And I'm not saying
it should be a one-strike rule. If you're a prosecutor and you get caught wrapped up in some shady shit, withholding evidence or hiding evidence or tampering with evidence, you're fired. And you lose your license, you're fired.
I agree with you.
And then depending on the severity of the case, you face jail time because that shit's wrong.
I agree with you.
The husband of a lawyer right there, bro.
You don't get to run for the fucking vice presidency. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but
you should be behind bars.
You know
Fuck you, Trump, for lying.
You know how this is? Like, this is how
It's because you're behind bars.
This is how I look at it.
Fucking liar.
It's no different than, the black community. We always get it rough because to me that's no different than this is a drug dealer that poisoned the whole neighborhood, made the money, becomes a rapper, and gives back to the community. So now we have to sit there and allow him to go through the whole bullshit so that he can come back and get back. Yeah, it's a fucking bullshit. So now the only person who's in a position to do the right thing is the person who did the wrong thing because they know exactly what they did. So they have the power to correct it.
Right.
So she has, this is her one moment in life.
To right her wrongs?
To make it right. And here's the irony, ready? And this is,
she's too busy lying.
I don't want to hop all over the place, but in the vice presidential debate, this is the moment that hit me.
Yeah, please.
Mike Pence looked into the camera and told me that everything in the Breonna Taylor case, it was done correctly. The jury reached a decision, and he looked over to her and says, as someone who's a former prosecutor, why I'm shocked that you wouldn't respect the way the justice system played out. So to me, I'm subconsciously hearing you say, bitch, this is what we do.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
What the fuck you doing? I know we're debating, but like, this is what we do. We fuck people over. So when Kamala's like, yeah, I don't think she served justice, it's like, listen, lady, like, you fucked so many people over, so it's hard to hear from you. But the guy next to you is acting like that's not even a problem.
Didn't he say there's no systemic racism?
Yes, like he said there's no systemic racism. So now you're asking me to choose between the person who, this is the best because I posted this too.
I mean, I still have a problem with it, with systemic racism. I just in being able to sit here and go, oh yes, it's abundantly clear that this is a thing.
No, I'm gonna
it's hard to
let me
just 100% say yes. You know what I mean? Because there isn't any.
Here's the thing about systemic racism, and you
like when you bring up redlining, when you bring up like things like that, like okay, those are examples right there.
No, you answered it.
You know what I'm saying?
You just answered it for yourself. The beauty of systemic racism is it's an understanding. It's not a thing. So what happens is
subconsciously, just the way you live, the way you grew up.
So what happens is, for example, white folks that live in certain neighborhoods never see it. So I understand why some white people don't believe in it. I get it because how would you know what we're talking about if you've never seen it? And I'm going to give you an example.
So now this totes down the line of the whole unconscious bias.
Yes,
argument.
No. This is deeper than that.
It's just programmed into us, which is why it's in the system because we are a part of the system.
Yes and no, because it's deeper than that. Because when people hear systemic racism in the Justice Department, they immediately think cops.
Right.
They believe that police officers go out and hit the streets thinking that black people are bad, let's lock them up, and if they move too fast, let's shoot them. No. That is a byproduct of the bigger thinking. And this is why I always say I hate, the one thing I hate is black on black crime. That verbiage,
I hate that,
packed that way, leads white America to believe,
to point a finger,
there is an existential crisis
in the black community. Sure.
Only, and not only that, but it leads white people to believe that the crisis is so bad that we have to justify whatever it takes to fix it.
Right.
Which includes dirty DAs, dirty prosecutors, bad cops. And this is when I say systemic racism, this is what I'll give you an example. We all know cocaine versus crack. I don't know the chemical properties. I may have skipped that place in chemistry. However, what you do need to know about coke is that when you watch television, my whole childhood, coke was cool. The Wall Street guys did it.
Right,
It was
right,
fucking
right.
cool. Crack was bad. Crack is whack. Remember that?
Right.
So now
Crack is for poor people. Cocaine is for
rich people.
Rich people.
So
sure.
now when you watch your TV show and the cops kick in the door and there's 4 or 5 black people down and they grab all this crack and there's a big seizure. Meanwhile, there's a penthouse party that's lit. Fucking lit. There's fucking strippers. They're doing coke off of all sorts of shit. That home will never have a door kicked in. What happened to Breonna Taylor will never happen in Suffolk County.
well,
Will never.
Parts of Suffolk County.
Okay, parts of Suffolk
things
County.
it's happened in Suffolk County for sure.
Yeah, but you get my point.
I know what you're saying. That wouldn't happen in Nissaquah.
Yes, there are some.
Or this neighborhood, for that matter.
There's
Yes,
some.
you live in
there's-
Ridge.
Okay, fine.
There's some neighborhoods where that wouldn't happen. Most likely, the extreme of that.
There was a meth house around here a few years ago.
I blame that on Breaking Bad. But
Word.
All right.
most likely, the worst situation that would happen would be someone would call JP's younger self, parents, and be like, "Listen, your son got into a little trouble. We would appreciate it if you brought him down to the station on Monday, so we could kind of talk about it." You know.
I know of people that's happened to.
Exactly.
Right.
In certain neighborhoods, boom, 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 2 a.m., boom, boom, everybody down.
Right.
And that is what we identify as systemic racism. There's
But now,
no better
hold
term.
on.
There's no
because
way
I just want to ask this
question.
question because, again, it's like I said it just before, a little earlier at the top of the show here. It's never. I don't believe it's ever really been a race issue. It's always been a class issue.
The problem is black people
and the reason
are
I
the
say
face
this is
of
because
poverty.
even like when you watch Cops,
You're right.
for instance,
Yeah,
right?
those meth heads kill me. I
You know, like they're still kicking in poor white people's doors, but you don't really see them kicking in rich, wealthy black people doors. You know what I'm saying? Could it happen? Sure, of course.
Where I will throw the proverbial bone in the air. The Democratic Party has reinforced black people being the face of poverty by having them relive their trauma of being victimized by the overall system, which involves silence on the Republican side.
Right.
I don't know if I got there.
Silence is violence.
I get you.
Did I make it to the West Indies? I wasn't sure. But
well, it's that. What's the famous quote? Well, poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Bingo.
Joe Biden.
yeah.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You know?
And he really believes this because
Right.
that and
Like
Even
that's-
when you just said it, I was like,
it's a
"Ooh."
hard one to swallow.
But
yeah, it's
because-
like
and what Joe Biden has, okay, so
because you're right, and like yeah.
and we spent
See, and like this is why it makes a lot of sense what you said like a couple episodes ago, well maybe it was like 2 weeks ago about like we talked about Trump's platinum plan and the
Yes.
whole $500
Show
billion.
me the money.
It's like okay, now it's like I get what you're saying
Yes,
here.
you're
Like
like-
now I see what you're saying because
you can't use the R word, but you can still find a way to get the money
to
to
get
us.
the money. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
because you can't use the R word. Reparations will never happen because if the triple down effect of reparations would be.
What is it? How many acres in a mule?
40.
40 acres in a mule?
So the triple down effect of reparations, just so people truly understand why.
3/5 compromise.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine if Gene got 40 acres in a mule. I think he'd be more pissed.
Yeah, I would be pissed. I'm like, white people got horses.
Gene of all people
White
getting
got
40
horses.
acres.
White-
And a mule?
How am I cutting this grass?
White people got horses. Where's my? I don't want to be.
Gene
White
would
people
be
got
so,
horses.
Gene would be so pissed if he got 40 acres in a mule.
But talking about reparations, if you think about it, let's say the United States woke up one day and collectively was like, fuck it, we fucked up. Let's sign over some checks to some black people. Now, Haiti now has beef with France because you did it to us. We have to get paid. Jamaica has beef with Great Britain. We have to get paid.
Right,
Africa, we can go all day. Congo, Ghana, this, South Africa.
yeah.
You understand? So ultimately, this can't be done. And I'm going to give you a quick 2-minute history lesson.
It's fun.
United States.
Didn't Germany pay?
Yes, they didn't.
Yeah.
And this is why that community always comes up.
Gotcha.
And this is why people speak in a jealous tone, but aggressively, and it comes out as anti-Semitic. Because the feeling is like, yo, they got their money, why can't we get ours? But then they throw in a lot of shit they shouldn't say.
I want to ask you a real sensitive.
It gets real ugly.
I feel like, you know what?
You get my point. Like, if you just say that,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We're in the nest here, so
ahead.
it's like this is where we have these conversations, right?
Go for it. Go ahead, just say it. Don't think about it.
This one's gonna sting.
Offended and unfriended, bro.
This one's gonna sting. Okay, what was worse, the Holocaust or American slavery?
Is there a reason for the question? Aren't they both horrible?
Yes. Well, the reason I'm asking is
I think
because Germany paid out reparations
difference.
to Holocaust victims.
I'll tell you by the numbers, there were more people affected by the overall transatlantic slave trade than
How many more years did it go long?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about hundreds
the
of
reason-
years.
the reason
but here's the answer to sort of your question.
Okay.
Because Germany accepted it and also paid out on it, they indirectly addressed it from a social standpoint by saying, yes, we did this happened. So there's no social divide or illusion about what happened. Everyone's on the same page about what happened, whether it was right or wrong, and they pressed on. And then by the financial compensation, they've also gave them an ability to kind of kickstart. In America, we haven't done that, so we've never really owned it, and that is in display by the Confederacy. The whole thing about the South will rise again and people waving Confederate flags is proof that we socially still didn't understand the ramifications of slavery.
Also keep in mind too, though, like with those two being connected, there's still people, if I'm not mistaken, alive that were in the Holocaust.
Sure.
Yes.
You know, where the slavery they're talking about, which I'm sure people, Dave Chappelle had, I think, a great-grandfather or a grandfather that was born a slave. Like, that's as close as it's going to get right there at this moment. So that's why they don't even really, it's not even so much about racism. As
I mean, I'm just saying because I've actually spoken to people that were not slaves themselves, but their parents.
Yeah.
Like just as a young age down in Tennessee. I don't know what it is about Southerners. They just tend to live a hell of a lot longer than Northerners. Like I met a great grandmother down there.
Slower.
She died at like 103 or something like that.
What do they always
That's
say
crazy,
about
but,
the South? Slow paced.
Yes, that's slow paced life.
No LA,
but okay, so like the
no
reason
LA, no Bell Parkway.
the reason that I
Bingo.
asked this is because I've heard an interesting take, and it's like it's a tough one to swallow, but it's like just being open to like just talk about shit, right? And it's like what we have been taught that American slavery was like isn't really what it was like, because they say that think of it as horses. And I know this is going to be
I get
horrible.
it. They made it horses to make more.
They needed to keep their slaves healthy. They needed them to be productive, so they didn't overwork them. If there was health issues, they got medical treatment. They lived a decent life. And this was always, I remember hearing, like, again, down south, the argument was the conditions that slaves lived in America was by far better than the encapturements that they were living in Africa. Because most of the slaves that came to America were already enslaved in Africa. Now, what I've never really dove too deep into it to like get the truth, because it was always just like, this is all semantics here. At the end of the day, it was a horrible thing that was done to a race of people.
It's working for free.
But here's
pay.
But here's to go back to your.
But again, to go back to the original question, it's like which one was worse? Because it's like the Jews were specifically rounded up to be slaughtered.
I agree.
And it's like again, it's a hard one to like even like talk about. But it's like
I just chalk it up to they're both horrible.
No, but
they are.
But also, remember this, and this is the overall argument that links us to today. The Jewish crisis that is the Holocaust came to an end. The only issue they still have remaining from that is that there's still inklings and traces of anti-Semitic,
right?
But there's
Semitism,
but there is no actual action and process. There's just that feeling that still permeates in certain corners.
Right, okay.
slavery.
That's why what Michael B. Jordan said got heat
like
for
Nick
it,
Cannon.
because they were like, whoa, we've been through this again already. Get the fuck out of here.
The Nick Cannon
and
thing.
What did I say, Michael B. Jordan?
Right.
Yeah,
My bad.
You mean
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
I know what you meant.
Oh, okay.
I love Michael B.
thought he
Jordan.
said something too. I was
How
like,
dare me?
oh,
How dare me?
He said Wakanda forever. So
Yeah, word.
With slavery, American history doesn't teach it correctly, but slavery was so tough on both sides, both white people who had it for so long time and black people who went through so long, that even as it was peeled back, it was never really solved. Like it just kept rolling into bullshit, because after slavery ends, what do you have okay, you're free, but you don't own anything.
Right.
And guess
see
what?
you later.
If we find you,
No equity.
Right.
Yeah, and not only that,
Right.
but it gets worse. Not only do you not have anything, if we find you out there doing nothing, we can rearrest you, and your punishment is to put you back on
in.
plantation.
Yeah.
That's the slavery patrols. You
Yeah,
know?
right,
And then after that,
right.
you got your Jim Crow. So it's like, at some point, see, Germany pressed the stop button.
Right.
America just hit a bunch of reset buttons that just
and just
fucking
kind of rolled over their mistakes. Like,
and-
let's keep sweeping it under the rug
and
until
it's like,
right.
At some point, if they just said stop, this is not working. This is boom, boom, boom. That's what.
Thank God Gene knows this stuff, because we would have been like off on like a whoa.
But this is even with civil rights. With civil rights, it's like that was another awakening, because civil rights is after, and this is the real sweeping of the rug, is in between 1900 and 1950, before civil rights. There's a lot of pocket black communities
Sure.
that pop up that do well on their own.
Yeah.
The most famous is Black Wall Street. You want to say
Right.
about that? And then they were undermined by racist people. That's racism. There are
Right.
people.
Well, when I learned
who
about Black Wall Street and what
coordinated
happened,
and blew up. Yeah, there are people who coordinated
That
and
was sticky.
blew up a town full of successful black people living on their own, minding their own business. That is the definition,
That one's gross.
textbook definition, other than grabbing someone from a different country and telling them to pick the
Domestic
sky.
terrorism.
I think what's just as bad as that
And racist.
Yeah.
is that how did I not learn that in school?
Because
Right.
the education system is.
That's fucked
I didn't
up.
learn that until college.
I didn't learn about it until I think he posted it.
Oh.
Like,
You know-
I'm talking like
Yeah.
and
Like,
down
how
south.
is, yeah,
like,
how
I
is that
had-
not even touched on in American history?
because
I didn't even know about Juneteenth.
That's what I mean. I
because-
didn't learn about any of that until college.
Because
Until an American
the
history class in college.
Because the American education system is a
Joke.
it's beyond a joke.
Right.
It is a
Ran by the government.
it is a tool of it's a tool of capitalism, because
What?
it's a platform that breeds employees. So you learn how to process information, complete assignments,
Sure.
show
Yes.
up, show up on
You just-
time.
you got him
Yes.
nervous.
Show up on
I was like,
time.
what?
You learn how to take
Yeah.
you learn how to take an hour lunch.
Yeah. It's funny. I literally-
No,
you learn how to do.
I can't argue it.
Employee functions, and then guess what? The brightest ones were like, "Oh, this guy's cool. You skip. Get out of this class."
I
Get him
literally
out-
just
get him
had
out of
this
here.
conversation with my little
Yeah.
cousin, and I was like, "Cuz, you're going to be so much better off because he's a smart mind,
Yeah.
good critical thinker." I said, "You're going to be so much better off in a couple of years when you grow up a little bit, because
Yeah.
in the early 20s." And you get out of the employee mindset. I go, and that's what's being programmed into
Took
you.
me so long to
through
get
all-
out of it.
Is being
So
an
long.
employee. Not
That's my
saying
own
there's
fault.
anything wrong with that. I'm not knocking on workers. But in some cases, like when you start hitting that wall in the workplace, maybe the workplace is just not for you. You know what I mean? And you need to think a little grander. Start your own thing. Become your own boss.
All three of my
Do your own-
brothers did it.
Yeah. So it's
All three
there.
of them.
There are two types of people. There are employees and employers. I say it all the time.
Oh, I agree.
And no one is better than the other. Both need
Exactly.
each other to be harmonious. But at
By
the
the
end
way-
of the day, that's it. Like,
By the way, I got.
get out of the employee mindset.
Is that something to schedule? Because I have a good one. I got a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. I'm telling you, today's Columbus.
Why are we talking about Gilligan's Island?
I'm asking
Go
for
on,
full
go.
permission. All right, so. We all work together. So here's the quintessential question.
Okay.
Did you enjoy working at Miller's or Kodiak's more? Which one more?
For me, Kodiak's.
No, Kodiak's. Excellent.
But for no, actually no. I think it was Kodiak's until obviously I got fired for no reason.
So you enjoyed Kodiak's.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm talking your first go around the Millers, not the last one. The Millers go around.
Fair enough.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Which one did I
The
enjoy
Millers
better?
yeah, when we were all at Millers, and then when we all went to Kodiak.
I liked Miller's better.
Okay, excellent.
And he made the drink. What he
And he made
helped
drink
make
menu.
the
But
drink menu.
That's exactly
Okay.
why. It's
Okay, hold on.
I was completely abused and taken advantage of in Kodiak's.
Okay.
Whereas in Miller's, there was already
a system in place.
a corporate structure. This is the way that we do things. It's already been proven to be successful. It was mindless at that point. You come in your uniform cleaned, you do your job, you make a ton of money, you go home. I'm fine with that.
Okay, and why did you like Kodiak's more than Miller's?
It wasn't as corporate. I was not a great employee. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I wasn't a great corporate employee. I wasn't a great bartender. I would just bitch behind the bar all day. And then I went to Kodiak's and I'm like, yeah, this is more my speed.
Right.
And now,
Like getting away with shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But here's-
shit
here's-
done differently.
Right.
Like,
In Kodiak's, there was no accountability. There was
fair enough, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like there was a couple of key employees that got the brunt of upper management's wrath and
Right.
was expected to just, put that on everyone else because you were apparently a key employee, but
but weren't they
you
both,
got no perks.
But weren't they both ran by the same person?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay, I'm following.
Kinda, sorta.
Good.
The person had more power at Kodiak's,
Okay.
where he had less. He was following just corporate structure.
All right, awesome, guys. So welcome to the Democrat and Republican Party. So we had one that had a bunch of structure where there's a figurehead that kind of tells people what to do, but really, it's really the GOP, Grand Old Party. So that means it's fully structured. It runs the way it's supposed to run, and people just walk in there and kind of toe the party line, stick to the script. Once in a while, you get an outlier like a Donald Trump that does a little.
But can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
With Miller's, what I liked more about, the only thing I liked about Miller's, there was only one thing I liked about Miller's, was the consistency.
Yeah, and that's
You were never out of anything. There was everything was stocked,
And that is-
your
Which
food
is what
came
you
out.
like.
Your food came out the
Yes.
same way every time. You know what I mean?
But I'm going to show you what makes this amazing, because what happens is everyone likes structure. You know why you like structure? People like reliability. They
Yes.
like dependability. You like to go to work and know this will be
tools are
like
there.
this.
Yeah.
However, what the other one does, which is what Democrats do very well, it is the illusion of inclusion. The Democratic Party makes you feel like you're part of it, like you are calling shots and you are saying things.
Motherfucker!
God.
Like you know,
Yeah.
like you could walk right
He
up.
does
to,
it. He
you could
does it all the
You
time.
could walk right up to the boss and be like, "Yo, you know what we need to do?
Yeah.
we should get bigger glasses." The motherfucker doesn't care what you think. If it makes sense to him and it's cheaper, he'll do it. If it's more expensive, he'll tell you it's a bad idea, but he won't tell you that.
Yeah.
He'll say, "Yeah, I see where you're coming
Keep
from."
in mind, you're also asking 28-year-old me what I like better and what I like.
No, but
if you
you-
ask 40-year-old me, it's a different story.
No, but you were as honest as possible, and this
Yeah,
is
no,
what
no.
happens.
Yeah, like in the moment, I liked Kodiak's better.
Yeah.
I left Miller's to.
I was answering it as a
to do
28-year-old.
that, to be like,
Because-
yeah, I'll fucking run your bar.
No, but
you know what I mean?
But
Like-
that's beautiful, because that's politics. People
Yeah.
leave things that are done right to try something new because they think if they're involved, they can make a difference. Including our president, he left his comfortable life thinking, I could be the difference. Including the guy before him. Obama was in Senate for 2 years. 2 years. Like, he could have did another 5, 10 collect paychecks. He did 2,
I don't know. I still think that. I know this is like a crazy right-wing conspiracy.
but they put him in place.
Yeah, I believe that
Yeah,
that Obama and Michelle have been bred and groomed from a young age, and they were
I agree.
Arranged marriage, you know what I mean? This is the new American power couple. What? And it worked. It was a brilliant strategy.
I think to some degree you I think
it's a hard,
like
it's
the way
a
you're
hard,
saying
it's a
it
little
is rough,
It's
but-
too conspiracy.
Yeah, the way you're saying is
man.
too,
You know, if you
it's
look
too
at who
rough.
like a bunch of dudes looking over, you go, all right, make sure he meets that girl.
If you look at who raised
Like, you know what I mean?
Michelle Obama, it doesn't really seem that far off.
It's not too far off, but I do get what you're saying.
But you know what it was? Do you remember that Chris Rock movie, Head of State?
Yes.
I said that from jump. Like, these motherfuckers just watched Head of State and said, we're gonna do that.
Well,
they just grabbed a 2-year senator and was like, you're not really known at all, but you look good, you got good ideas, people are gonna like you.
And you
No,
speak
here
like
you go.
a motherfucker.
Listen,
No, that's one thing that I don't care what anyone says about President Obama. You can't take that away from him.
Listen.
The man's got charisma, and he was a
swag.
fantastic speaker.
And let me tell you something. The specifics of Obama are exactly why he won. Because what are they killing Joe Biden for? 47 years of service. Why did
Exactly.
they love Obama? 2 years.
Exactly.
He didn't have enough time to get any demons, to pack
Same
some demons
reason
in that
why-
Exactly.
closet.
See-
Why did it work in Head of State? Because Chris Rock was just an alderman.
Yes, and
you know
thi-
what I mean?
and
Like,
this
he
is-
didn't have enough to get into scandals. He didn't have enough to hold him on his record. That was it. It's genius.
And this is why Donald. This is why Donald
Yeah.
Trump also, because he had no record.
Right, he had no record to run on.
But so the reason I bring that both up is ready. Would you guys go work for either of those places again?
Yes.
You'd go work for Miller's?
I would go back to, if
I'd probably do Miller's before I do anything else. Yeah, I'd probably now go back to Miller's.
we touched on it in an episode, why I left Miller's.
Yeah, 'cause that was crazy.
it was just complete, shit. But given the circumstance, if I had to, let's say everything else in my world came crumbling down and Melissa's law firm shut the doors and I would, if I had to go back to bartending, I would go back to Miller's before I went anywhere
And
else.
you'd go back to Miller's.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Where I work now is like a beautiful mixture of both.
No,
Yeah,
I get
nice.
it. But
Which is what Road Trip was supposed to be.
yeah,
Right.
but here's the irony. You guys will both go back to Miller's because as you get older, what's the most important thing? Stability and consistency and dependability. So now, once again,
You don't want to go to work stressed out. You know what I mean?
I know, but this-
think about it. Like the last place, again, not to blow shit up, but the last place we all worked at, right? It was so stressful walking into work because you didn't know if
You were running out of
if the opening manager showed up and the place was set up. You didn't know if the bar was going to be completely flooded. It's like tonight's special is whatever, and you have no idea if you're going to have that in the building. And it was like.
No, but this is the point. As you guys get older, you want that consistency. This is also the dysfunction in the United States. This is why younger people tend to lean
Left
and progressive because they want to be part of the change in the movement. As you get older, you realize, listen, it's been done for a while. We just gotta iron it out and play our part. And this. Because when I woke up the other day and I thought about this, because I thought about both of those places, and I'm different than both of you guys. I'm gonna go back to both.
You wouldn't go back to either.
Fuck that.
So I'm saying I like where I'm at now, because it's a combination of both.
Right. See, again,
I am super.
If I was forced
nothing
to, I would go back.
Bro, nothing could make me go back.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Nothing.
Listen, okay.
Nothing.
Now that you're saying, just to clarify, because of the analogy you threw out there, I'm on your side on this. Nothing could make me go back short of my family is going to starve.
You have different.
That would be the only reason is, oh shit, I can't pay my mortgage and my kids are going hungry.
Okay.
Fine, I'll go back to bartending.
Right, there's a different end game for you than it is for Gene.
Okay.
Or even me for that matter.
And I think I would probably start competing again before I went back to working at behind a stick. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
And then one last segue from the segue, Christopher Columbus.
I'm in, go on.
Okay, so now back to the Kamala Harrises, the Candice Owens, blah, blah. So you got guys like me and guys like Sean. So I worked for Phil for a long time. I also worked for 4 general managers when I worked for TGI Fridays. So I was the AGM, number 2 guy in the building for 4 different guys. 3 white guys and 1 Puerto Rican. Okay, I won't tell you who's who and what. One guy's I always rave about him. You guys hear me about it. One guy was clearly racist. I will never put his name out there. And then you have a guy like Phil. So now what happens is I, as the number 2 guy in corporate America, was dealt, I have to communicate to the restaurant what needs to be done. Gene's black, he's cool, he drives a nice car, have nice girls. I know the lingo, I know the hip hop, blah, blah. But, you know, Gene locks the door, he's with the man all the time, then he fucking comes out of here, fucking sends people home, he fires this guy.
Right.
I didn't fire, I was told to fire that person, but I come out the door, I'm the henchman.
Sure.
So this was my career for fucking 4 years. So when I watch people who are just the executors of fucking plans, I'm not saying I sympathize, but
you
I
do.
cringe.
You understand.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Like, there are things that I've heard managers say behind closed doors, or I've sat down in one-on-ones, and I'm like, I'm hoping they don't look at me and be like, yo, did that motherfucker just say what I think he said? And I'm like, I have to be the guy that goes, that's not what he means.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? I've lived a lot of what he's trying to say. The corporate rule on this is the way the company wants it to be.
It's weird. It's interesting.
His leadership style is
right.
Where he comes from. This is how they do it. Because specifically Brooklyn versus Long
even
Island.
Sometimes, just as an employee, you make that. If you're good with your GM or your
you
manager,
understand. You say
you still go. He doesn't mean that, or she doesn't mean that.
And
I mean, I agree with Gene. I've spent almost a
too
career,
much time.
almost a career doing that, being like, all right, listen.
All right.
This is that's not exactly how he meant it. I know he could be brash and he could be disrespectful.
Are you ready for the worst part of this analogy?
Yes.
After you explain the brash and this, what was the saving grace to the whole situation? Like, what'd you tell people? He may be this, he may be that, but what was the but?
But you make a lot of money.
Ooh, the economy? What?
Yeah.
The economy's good? So the economy's good, but
Yeah.
a lot of shit's gonna be set fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be sloppy, and you're not gonna like what you hear. You're not gonna even gonna like the way he interacts.
Someone's been sitting up in bed all night thinking his shit,
this guy's
Like,
getting me right now, though.
like, you know,
It's like you're literally trying to sway my third party vote right now. It's like what you're doing.
you sit there.
I feel like he's giving a fourth party vote right now. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
am, because I'm saying fuck it all. That's why I'm saying burn Millers, not figuratively speaking, burn Kodiaks. Because realistically, people do what they got to do to get done. They say what they have to say to us to get us to do what we got to do. What bothered me when I thought about it is, in no situation did I ever really think they cared about us that much. They cared of us like people, hey, Jesse, how you doing? But like, you think there was people in Miller's that were like, yo, we need to see Jesse. We'd love to see Jesse do this, do that, get to the next level. No. If it made sense for them, if they could benefit off of it, yes. But you were never the focus point.
I will say
Nobody
this.
was.
I will say just in defense of the one guy that you're also talking about in
this
the
is not even about him really, but I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, in defense, like, I'll just call it about, like, in defense of Phil. Yeah, I believe that out of
the friendship he has with people, he cared about
not
them
only
from
that,
friendship
well, I think
standpoint.
the friendship led to some downfalls of places, you know, but
100%.
I think just at the end of the day, like, at the core of it, no, I believe that out of almost every manager that I've ever worked with,
He cared the most about
he
you.
cares the most about.
He let us go away on tour for weeks and come back to our jobs.
I don't
Yeah,
even
but that's
mean
different.
I don't
That's
mean me
different.
personally
That's
as like a
different.
friend and a key employee for him at the time.
Yeah, this is what
I
we're
mean
talking about. What
everyone
you're
in
saying-
general. Phil genuinely cared
Always.
about them as a person
Always,
and
always,
their
always.
personal life. He had a
right.
business to run, which is why some people like
Took advantage.
didn't like him, and definitely why people took advantage. But at the end of the day, I think that out of all of them, he generally does care.
I think
about you on a personal level.
I think
as a human.
I think as he got older, and as he went through his own personal relationships, and as well as corporate relationships with owners and bosses, and as he evolved as a person, I think he got better and better at that. I think he learned to care more about people.
compassionate.
Because what happens is, when it's just like the law, it's just like corporate America. When I was a young manager, corporate was everything for me. You couldn't talk to me.
Wait, did you meet him in Sheepshead Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so you all had already met Cool Down.
No,
I'm telling you.
I know.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Because-
I know. And you know what?
did.
KM Phil was...
KM, bro, kitchen manager.
You know what it is too?
Woo!
But he also
Typical.
ran into Brooklyn. Brooklyn's its own entity too. It's like he was.
Well, you got to remember, he was
on the downside.
GM of us.
I know.
Out here before he went to you guys.
And you guys were
So that already calmed him down a bit.
Yeah, and
Because we were so successful.
You were successful.
Yeah.
You were happy, and then he ran into a brick wall of just what the fuck is
But
this?
I will say that all of that success directly I give to him.
For that story, yeah. I
Fuck
agree.
yeah.
No,
I remember him pulling me off of the bar one day.
1,000,000%.
He pulled me off of the bar one day. It was in the middle of of what would be lunch rush.
Yeah.
We didn't have a big lunch rush then because we were in the mall. And he grabs me to the food court and he looks at me and he goes, what do you see out here? I go, I see a lot of hungry people.
That would be, meaning I want to get back to the bar. But
Yeah, exactly. Like I got service bar going on right now. Like what's good? I see a lot of hungry people, and he goes, "Why are they sitting over here and not in our restaurant?"
Eating shit mall food.
And I went, "Well, because they can get it quicker." And he goes, "What do you think the average time that you stand there at at the pizza places for pizza?" I was like, "I don't know, 5 minutes maybe."
Yeah, that's what I would say.
And he goes, "All right." And he turns around and he goes back inside and he goes to the fucking expo window and he slams on the counter and he goes, 5-minute appetizers, 9-minute entrees, make it happen.
And then he bought a bunch of time stopwatches.
No, he went, this is when we got the computers. He went right into the computer and he changed the computer.
To red.
Appetizers went red at 5 minutes, entrees went red at 9 minutes. And literally within a week,
we had the best
kitchen was turning over 5-minute appetizers, 9-minute entrees.
I got goosebumps.
In a
That sounds
month,
crazy.
right?
We had the best kitchen.
In a month's time.
If you would have
In
went
a
to
month's-
another Fridays, the food wasn't as good.
Right.
Same
in
shit.
In a month's time, we were packed for lunch. Like on a wait
I
for
remember
lunch.
that, dude. Crazy.
No,
In the mall, on a Saturday lunch, you're like, I'm in the weeds.
Bro, on
I just walked in.
On a Wednesday day.
Yeah, that's
Not
it.
only was he getting the mall walkers to come in, but literally it was flooded with people, either to-go foods or I'm sitting down at the bar for a quick lunch.
See that, man? See that, people?
No,
You just need
It was genius.
fast food,
No, I
but
think-
not fast food.
No, I believe
No,
it.
what you need is good management inside of a good structure, And
So,
and
so this is why politics suck, because okay.
we have a bad structure as American politics. So no matter what manager comes in
Yep.
to manage it, they're going to be managing a losing battle.
Because yes, exactly. Because last week he gave me a segue, and the segue was, was it 2 weeks ago? He was like, "Do I think a good manager could come?" I'm like, "No." Remember I said
Right,
that?
yeah.
I'm like, "No, I'm not buying it because
Yeah.
no."
Well, what happens is
because-
I disagree though,
I
because
give
I mean
example-
that Phil story just proves that. Like Phil came as a good manager into a dying restaurant,
Very dying
and in a
restaurant.
couple of months' time, managed this place to one of the top. Like we crushed. I remember me and
He
Kenny
was doing shit outside the corporate structure, though.
sort of.
Wait.
I mean, he was
Didn't they make
pushing.
So he made up-
Awards for him?
Yep,
In that
he
whole
made it up his own.
Yes,
He made his own
but that
rules.
he was pushing ideas inside of the corporate structure,
Right, which they were not used to, which was outside
That's
the structure.
semantics.
Like,
Yeah, that's
think about
semantics. He broke corporate guidelines
No, because I
to
mean,
be
again,
successful.
Again, not to
He broke corporate
make
guidelines.
this about a Phil talk, but like look at what happens when he stepped outside of the corporate structure and that ceiling wasn't there. All the ideas and shit started flying and things were great until it got too much. And then there was too many ideas and too many things going on, and you had big gigantic drinks, big gigantic drinks and rimmed glassware and things that are taking 10 minutes to get off service bar because they're fresh fruit, and you got dueling pianos going on, and people are walking in like, what the fuck is happening right now?
And
it was great for a bit. But it needed that ceiling.
And
it needed that corporate structure
And
ceiling.
this is why, like, I was talking to a manager at my job, and he was saying some democracy shit. And I'm like, bro, We're a fucking republic. I am so
We
tired.
are a constitution. I commented that on YouTube.
I'm so
we're actually a
fucking
constitutional
Yeah, I'm
republic.
tired of this democracy talk. Democracy is a goal. Democracy is all those floating ideas you speak of. It's fucking fun. It's phenomenal. Let's all go to fucking the park and let's talk about how to make the world better.
Democracy
That's
doesn't
fucking-
work.
Exactly.
There's too many unintelligent people for democracy to work.
Oh, he finally agrees with me. This is the guy I always fight with him about how dumb people are. And he finally agrees with me.
Listen,
Now,
I flipped
Am I
you on a
saying
couple of
it's a
years.
circle?
You got me on that one, all right? You're right. There's a lot of stupid people out there, man.
But this is my point, and this is the end of the 3-hour tour.
Good, because I want to segue. So you
I
have your
think I
corporate
found
structure.
America.
You have your corporate structure.
And it's ran like a corporate restaurant.
3-hour tour, baby.
And now we just need a new manager because that's what happens. We get a new one.
Yeah.
So then you have the corporate structure.
We used to be 5-star. Now we're Olive Garden.
Yes.
We're coming back, though.
Endless bread. I don't want to work. 3 for $12.99.
Fucking right.
I want the day off. Did you say $2 margaritas before 7? Can I clock in at 7? Like, you remember all that stuff, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
$5 shit. Come on, bro. Shit.
Well, you know what? And then you have all that. You have a debate,
Crazy.
and then next thing you know, fly swatters sell out,
Yeah. Shout out.
and fly costumes.
You know what? We didn't even really
sold
get
out.
into that. We didn't even get into that. Into
What,
like
the fly?
into the debate because like we touched on it real quick. I just wanted to point this out, right?
Right. Point it out.
Mike Pence is like one of the last, I think, real politicians out there.
I disagree, but
I thought that on that debate, he kept his composure and his poise, and I really think that he fucking crushed her.
Okay.
He crushed her because she got emotional, she got stirred up, she started spitting out things, and then she got contradictory. She literally, like, I can't believe that no one really pointed this out. She literally opened up one of her answers with, Joe Biden is going to do away with the Trump tax code. And then when Mike Pence called her out on it, she backtracked and said, no, he never said that he was going to do away with it.
No.
He's not going to. And it's like, you literally, like 40 seconds later, just opened with this.
No, the issue is this.
What's going on here?
Okay.
You know?
So the Trump tax cuts, what they try to say, but they don't say correctly, which I don't even care because realistically, what they're trying to say is that Trump's tax cuts don't benefit the average American. Mike Pence is telling you it does. On average, the Americans make about $2,000 off of it.
Right.
What she's saying is we're going to get rid of it. It doesn't work because, and Joe Biden's plan is to not touch anybody under $400,000, which is
No, not to.
not to tax anyone.
It's see. This
I
is
know,
where
that's what I'm saying.
verbiage, like you
It's
say,
everything,
is
it's everything.
important.
Like they're very.
I'm not going to raise
the tax.
taxes. He's going to do away with the Trump tax cuts.
Exactly.
Which means you're going to lose that expendable, that other $2,000 that you were making, or in a big family's situation,
but you're
a
not
couple
gonna-
thousand.
when-
You're going to lose that,
But you're not getting more.
but we're not going to raise your taxes yet.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. And if you really think about it,
always
the
the
concept of tax.
Trump wants to do away with income tax, which I fucking love. And
Yeah, I have no beef.
no, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, you should love that.
Yeah, I love that. Like,
I want to pay it.
Yeah.
yeah, but basically, and then the irony.
Away with capital gains.
And $400,000 is a semantic way of saying we're taxing rich people, not poor people.
Okay.
Because under $400,000 is pretty much 80% of the country.
Well, speaking of debates,
Maybe more. Maybe more.
But how about this?
90,
But speaking of debates,
Yeah.
and trying to get votes, how do you guys feel about that? I don't even
But by the
remember
way,
her fucking name is.
by the way, just go back to the last point.
Ilhan Omar
When it did happen,
and the ballot harvesting.
No.
when it did happen,
Still interested in
I
that.
wrote Flies Land on Shit. And a lot of people jumped on my page and were like, oh, you know, of everything that's happening, you can only focus on the fly and blah,
Well, that's a
blah.
big thing.
And you know what I told people? I think they're both bozos. And that was always my answer. I don't care. Like, I literally watched it just for pure entertainment.
Yeah.
Does that shit to
I gotta say,
I was never
And
that
I'm
channel.
going to tell you something. Here's why Mike Pence gets on my nerve, and here's why Harris gets on my nerve. So Mike Pence is everything. Like, holy shit. Talk about 100% alignment and loyalty. He is 100% aligned and loyal.
Too loyal. Loyal to a fault.
Loyal to a fault to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
What he does
Which
is
I loved.
he communicates everything Donald Trump wants to say.
D at the end of that, though.
he communicates everything Donald Trump wants and is about, but in a non-disrespectful, more clean-cut, this is what it is approach.
Like, Trump needs to shut up and just let Pence deliver for him from now on. That's what the debate showed. I was never a Mike Pence fan. When Donald Trump back in 2016, 2015 said that Mike Pence was going to be his VP, I went, "Oh, what the fuck did you just do?"
He locked in the conservative
And
vote.
Melissa said, she goes, "He's locking in that Christian evangelical conservatives." And I was like, okay. All right, I guess I get it. But I never, after this last debate with Kamala Harris, I got to say, like, Mike Pence turned me a little bit where I'm like, I actually like this dude. Because, you know why? Because we haven't heard a comforting politician speak since Obama. Yeah, literally. You know what I mean?
Like, I cannot let go of the Breonna Taylor answer. It is okay. It was. I
mean, but what did you expect there? Like,
I expected him to say, "We can do better."
But I know you don't like the outcome of the case, but we can't.
Jesse,
there is no doing better.
Yes,
if that was Jesse, following the law.
Jesse, he's hiding.
Change the law.
He's hiding the war on drugs. Vermont. I think I texted to you guys. Vermont just passed. Bernie Sanders wrote, "Congratulations to Vermont for
11th state
for the 11th state
legalizing marijuana."
Meanwhile, NYPD. Brooklyn South 60 just had a big marijuana seizure.
Yeah. And then says, say no to drugs.
Just say no. Are you fucking shitting me? So a bunch of guys can go ski in Colorado
you know what? You sent me that?
Vermont and get high while you go down the slopes. Meanwhile, you're going to bust up another Breonna Taylor type house.
You sent me that while I was smoking a joint. I just thought it was the irony. I was
like, well, that's classic.
And I should call my boys in blue in the NYPD and go,
guys, congratulations,
solid bust.
And here we go.
Drop it off at my house.
So back to your full circle. When he told me that everything about the outcome of that case was right, I was like, here we go. Stay woke. Everything about that case is correct, based on the fact that the war on drugs will remain under that man. He made it clear to me.
Whoa. What do you mean under that man? You're going to tell me Joe Biden is going to do away with the war on drugs?
They already talked about decriminalizing marijuana. And I don't smoke weed. It means nothing to me.
Everyone says that.
Deal.
Everyone said
That's
that.
That's a big deal.
Trump didn't say that.
Trump didn't say that.
I'm saying every
Trump should say that. He'd lock up his vote tomorrow.
Every Democratic politician in the last 10 years has said that.
Give me my $500 billion and decriminalize marijuana and walk to the White House.
Democratic politician in the last 10 years has said that they are going to legalize marijuana nationally.
And you know who's
nobody does it.
And you know who's the best person to do it?
I actually have no problem with the way that they're handling this by allowing it to be a state issue. Let the states decide that one.
No.
Let the states decide that one for now.
You cannot. This is the same attitude with the coronavirus.
I think all drugs should be legal. Okay?
Listen.
But let the states decide it for now. There's too much other shit to deal with.
No. Listen.
I love that he's so pissed at you right now.
Because this is insane. Listen, there are certain things in the United States that are not state, they are federal. I get what you're saying. States do need more power. We have to limit the power of the federal government.
Yes.
1,000%. I understand.
That doesn't mean states need more power. Just the federal government needs a lot less.
Exactly.
Okay?
So you're not going to tell me that I can drive across the border and smoke as much as I want and go the wrong way and get locked up. That is not happening in these United States. We have got to figure that out. That is insane.
Hell, if we weren't in Oklahoma, would we have gotten arrested
That's what
for
I'm
all
saying.
that?
That's it.
Well, in Oklahoma, like 2 months later after we got arrested,
they decriminalized it.
They decriminalized it.
Do you understand
A year later, we had to pay the courts over $4,000 in court fees.
Do you understand how pathetic that is?
Yes, Gene, of course I do. I've been touting for years how ridiculous this shit is.
We are victims of war on drugs for 16 whole entire hours. It's terrible.
And realistically, if
county jail in Rogers County, Oklahoma was no bullshit, though.
Lick a dick.
If there's a better person to fucking clean up the fucking war that she helped support and start,
Don't say it.
It should be her. Mike Pence won't do it. Mike Pence won't even touch it. They won't even touch it. The Republicans, Republicans are old white men who still look at marijuana the same way they looked at it 50 years ago. They still think Woodstock can happen again. They just don't want to let it go. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they have to let people out of prisons with minor marijuana offenses. I think that
Vermont did that, right? They were like, "Yep, you're all out. Goodbye."
I mean, Trump's been doing that for years now, though.
Yeah, but he's doing like.
I understand that, but I'm saying the state just did it.
No, they're literally doing away with these regulations that go into this.
No, but what I'm talking about is like.
What? Sorry.
Like, and just think about this. Think about this.
We'll get you a good mic soon.
I mean, this makes absolutely no sense. But think about it. You're in jail. I'm in jail. We're both in jail for fucking having 2 ounces of pot, whatever. And then I get to look at the news and like, oh, JP in Vermont just got released. Oh, JP had the same amount as me. Oh, nice.
It's kind of how we all feel when we're like, oh, wow, Florida opened up all their venues. And
as a musician,
North Carolina and Maryland just opened up all their venues.
By the way,
and I'm still stuck in New York where my industry is completely closed. I fielded a phone call from my best friend this weekend, almost in tears, because his complete industry is shut down now until 2021. For another full year, Broadway's not opening. Like, what the fuck?
And speaking of that,
that's bad.
With Mike Pence and Kamala, like these, they're rookies too, right? They pissed me off because I would have opened that whole segment with E10. I would have been like, yo. Are you
JC like that? Is that what it is?
Are you not in charge of the coronavirus response task force? Mike Pence would have said yes. Donald Trump has corona. The end. That's it. Two-second debate. Like I don't understand.
I don't get it.
What I don't understand is this is the stuff that
is Trump not allowed to contract coronavirus?
Jesse, let's try this again. So, Mike Pence is the Vice President of the United States. He's in charge of the coronavirus response for the whole country. Mm-hmm. I would like to believe that if there's one place where the protocols would be executed at the highest level and the people would be the safest, it would be the White House.
Man, Trump didn't have corona.
Exactly.
I agree.
Once again, this is my point.
I've said it from jump. I'm not fucking.
He didn't have corona.
I don't think he had it.
That was a false positive.
Exactly.
Sure.
I'm glad you said it. This is how far politicians go. This is how much lies they're willing to do.
No. I mean, I don't necessarily think that this was a setup. I think that it's very possible that it was a false positive. I think that then once they found that out, they were like, fucking don't show anyone the negative. Let's just run on it to show what a strong leader I am, how healthy I am.
Well, if anyone would do that,
you know
it's
what I'm
him.
saying? That's what I mean. Like
Jesse,
I said that from the jump.
Jesse,
I think it's all smoke and mirrors to prove that coronavirus is not that bad. You even said it last week. How did we get out of this?
I know.
You've lied to your parents for so long. But how do you get out of this?
This is how deep. This is why before when I was talking about Christian Mike Pence, I'm like, he's knee deep in the lie. He's knee deep in it. He's knee deep in it.
In what? The coronavirus lie?
Yeah.
What if it's not a lie?
Parts of this is a lie.
I go back and forth on it because you know how I feel about it from the jump.
The virus,
there are moments where I'm like,
the virus is real. I know personally someone who's died from the virus.
I believe in karma.
The virus is the virus is real.
I don't get that shit.
But the handling of it involves a lot of lies. That's my point.
Yeah, sure. I mean, lies or
his lies on corona are almost equivalent to the fucking legal justice lies on the other side.
All right, well, I'm going to move on. Did you guys see what Lindsey Graham said?
No.
South Carolina? I think
that's Gene's favorite. That's Gene's favorite chow.
When he was begging for money?
No, when he said, this community will be safe for
that's me.
For the black community.
If we're conservatives.
If he flat out said, if you're conservative, if you have a conservative view and not a liberal one. He just flat out said.
I
can respect that. I mean,
No. Jesse,
I don't know what you guys are talking about. So
he respects the balls of it. He basically said, you'll be safe in my neighborhood if you think like a...
Right here, you can watch this live.
You can go anywhere in this state. You just need to be conservative, not liberal.
Come on.
I care about everybody. If you're a young African American, an immigrant, You can go anywhere in this state. You just need to be conservative, not liberal.
I mean, come on.
Suge Knight, Death Row Records. I said it. There goes Tupac.
Yo.
There goes Tupac.
I gotta say, the balls of that guy.
Sometimes you gotta respect the balls.
Lindsey Graham, sir, I commend you for that statement. Like
it was a total put myself up in flames. You just went like this.
And he's
lit
running
the fires,
against.
but whatever.
He's running against a black guy. You can't make this shit up. He's running against a black guy. And he was on Fox recently, pretty much begging for money. He said, my opponent has outraised me by over an astounding number of millions of dollars. I guess they just don't like me. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wow.
That's like that's
the unmitting goal.
Oh, it's great.
I'm just saying, I love it because
you think
you know
like
what?
a pussy.
I tell you,
No.
I'm gonna tell you this right
Go
now.
ahead.
Why do I love it? Because that might have been the
'Cause
most
he's honest,
honest thing Lindsey Graham's ever
Okay,
said.
you
know what I mean?
You
Like-
respect honesty.
Yeah, like, you know what?
Dirtbag.
It's like his back is against the wall. He's like, fuck it.
Oh, no, he's done. He's out. He knows. He's out.
If you're conservative, you'll be all right.
Right? Yo, right now.
Don't be a fucking liberal.
Right now.
Okay.
I said it.
I believe he's South Carolina, and
Amazing.
I think it's a split vote right now. Like he may lose that seat, which is critical.
Goodbye.
I think,
listen. They should have a fucking limit on.
I know.
senatorial
This
seats anyway,
might
so.
be the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you know what's gonna be even better?
Dems
You know
are going to
what's-
flip it all. You know what makes me nervous?
I'm listening. A
Is
Dem presidency and a Dem.
well, no, I mean that definitely makes me nervous,
Yeah.
but and not really nervous. Like, what does it matter? Like we said about it last
Yeah.
week. Like if Joe Biden really does believe in everything that him and Obama put through, that Donald Trump, dismantled or deregulated, he has to go through the process of reinstating all that, and that takes time.
We've been
and
through that world
whatever.
already, yeah.
What makes me nervous that I heard over the weekend was there's talks that if Joe Biden does win, he's going to stack the court.
I'm over that.
And-
I'm over that concept
Why?
because when they jerked,
That's-
Obama, that was the same process. They pretty much, it's not called stacking the court, but what they did, the stall tactic they did was so that Donald Trump could win, and they can then pack
we've
the
already
court.
talked about it.
Donald Trump got
the
3
GOP
picks.
had better lawyers
Yes.
in that one
Yeah.
than
so now
than the DNC did. But no, I
here's
don't
the
mean
answer.
that. I'm saying that
I know what you mean. They're going to add more people,
Right,
And the answer is very simple. Don't lose. It's like when you watch football and someone goes, "Yo, like the DBs, like, oh, that guy's he ain't shit."
Do you
Stop
understand
him.
the ramifications
Stop
of
him.
what I'm saying here, though?
Yeah.
It's like,
What-
no.
what they're going
I don't
to
know
do-
if you are. He's going to stack the
He's
court
gonna
so
overload
that
it so it's liberal, so
that it's
everything-
where, why does the Supreme Court
You know why, but
have to
you don't know
have
where,
to be
but you know why.
on party lines like that, though? Like that's not
Because
It's like this hasn't been done since FDR, and we know
Donald
how
Tr-
disastrous that
because
was.
Donald Trump cashed in on an opportunity. During his presidency, he had the opportunity to pick 3. So now the Democrats are basically telling you we are going to create
I'm crying.
our opportunity.
I'm crying because our shitty candidate lost and didn't. And fucked up the handing over of all of
Ready?
this, because I
Are you
truthfully
ready?
believe that
I'm going-
Obama didn't do all of the things that he normally would have done
Ready?
because they just assumed
Watch this.
that Hillary was going to get
I'm
in.
going to tell you the line that Obama told Mitch McConnell when he fucked him. I'm going to tell you the line that Mitch McConnell told Congress when he fucked the Democrats when he fucked them over, and it just keeps passing on. Elections have consequences. That was the line they
Sure.
keep fucking passing down to each other.
All right, let's go to sink or swim.
Sink or swim.
Sink or swim.
We made it.
We made it.
JP hates us.
Yes, no, I do. You're right.
So how are you gonna entertain a full political
Yeah, you can.
podcast?
Yeah. I don't know if you.
I'm not. I'm about to talk about how this archbishop burned an altar after a priest had sex in the church, because that's fucking hilarious.
You might as well burn the whole church. Are you talking about
No, he just burned the-
are you
he burned
talking
the
about
altar in
Catholic
New
church?
Orleans.
Are we talking about the Catholic? Because I think
so.
you are. Yeah, come on, cut it out. Really?
Well, it's New Orleans.
Hashtag save the
not
children.
only Christian, Catholic.
Save the children.
The Christian religion has got a lot of different
Lawyers
sects.
for settlements.
Sure.
Okay.
Come on. This priest brings in 2 hookers into the church, bangs them, and the archbishop was like, "Fuck you, I'm burning it."
Have you ever seen Ray Donovan? Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows. The whole undertone of Ray Donovan, the idea that he is this master fixer-upper and fuck shit up, is based on him being abused.
Yep.
By a Roman Catholic.
And a horrible husband.
Yes.
It's like
which is connected
the irony
to the abuse. No, the horrible husband.
I think the irony is that he is a fixer, but he can't fix his own shit.
Which is exactly the whole point.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of the whole show.
I like it.
But yeah.
You never watch Ray Donovan?
No.
Bro, great show.
I heard it's an amazing show.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm
not even finished with all of it. Like, I'm not caught up.
Dude, I don't know how you missed an
Is it
episode.
still running?
No, it's done.
No,
It's done, right?
It's
I'm literally like, I'm like,
and the fuck.
I'm in the 4th season somewhere. You know.
What do you call him? The fucked up pops. He's just a fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked
John
up.
Voight, right?
Yeah, he fucking kills it.
Speaking of
The Republic.
on the screen, movie theaters still aren't fucking opened, which I'm pissed about.
You're pissed that movies aren't open.
Thanks, King Cuomo.
When's the last time you've been in When's the last time you've been in a movie theater?
When they were open.
What's the last movie you saw?
Avengers Endgame, and then I saw.
When was that?
JP's an avid. He's an avid.
Okay.
I watch all I watch all of my comic book movies in the movie theater.
Okay, because Black Panther was the last thing I went to.
Oh no, I've been to way more movies after that. I watch all those comic book, any big action movies.
Once you have kids, you don't go to the movies anymore.
That's fine. I don't, and I currently do, and then I can't.
I can't lie. Where did I watch Doctor Strange? Because that was the last I have to watch since Black Panther. I was like, I have to watch this.
The Black Panther was after Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Was it?
Doctor Strange came way before Black Panther.
Oh, so then Black Panther's the last movie I saw.
Yeah, because that was So, but now, how do you feel? Like, 'cause a lot of people are saying that
just fucking everyone sit every 6 seats. Like, stop it.
That's what I'm saying.
There's fucking
that doesn't even need 6 feet. It's like 3 seats.
Children, we're gonna run this like a fire drill. If your name is,
this is what I don't
I'm in
understand.
a gym right now with the mask on.
I can't do that.
Doing fucking cardio, but I can't sit in a seat.
They have to sell
This is what I don't understand.
masks for gyms.
If social distancing works, and if masks works, then why the social distancing?
Because you need both.
Because the masks aren't properly. They don't go down to the proper microns.
Not only that, but
they're there to help
but who's
prevent.
managing the mask? You act like there's someone that's managing how you put your mask correctly. Half the world wears it here anyway. So, like, realistically,
or under their nose.
Yeah, so the masks don't work because no one's doing it right anyway.
So they're just like, you know what?
That's a joke.
Still stay away from each other because I don't trust you, motherfuckers.
Like, I don't.
You know what I think is weird now? It's like if you're out in public and you don't have a mask on, now you feel uncomfortable.
Fucked up, right?
You know, it's like so strange because like we went to like a fall festival yesterday and we're outside. We're picking pumpkins.
Were you 6 feet away from people?
It's acres of land here.
So were you 6 feet away from people?
So I'm walking up there and I go, oh, there's a line. All right, let me put on a mask. You know, I got to do even though I'm outside. And I'm looking out into the festival and it's like everyone has on a mask. I'm like, you motherfuckers, we're outside. We're outside.
They're just
it's fresh air.
Because
don't walk up into someone's face. Like, what happened to like social equity?
Outrage culture has scared everyone. They don't want to get yelled at by some shithead going, "You're not wearing a mask." I don't blame them.
I got into it this weekend with Kenny. And he was like, he basically said, he's like, it just fucking pisses me off. Like, I care about your mom and your grandma more than you do. Like, I don't want to get them sick. And I went, yeah.
Time out. Kenny is a liberal, like one of those?
No, but okay, this is exactly why I don't.
He does in a lot of ways.
This is why I literally, I only talk.
You know what I mean? He lived poor. He's going to have a liberal mindset. No.
Streets don't make you liberal.
I literally will only talk politics
with
a
select. Streets don't make you liberal. Don't believe that. Don't believe the hype. Stay woke.
I will literally only.
Fair enough.
I will only talk politics with select few people. You guys are in that very small select few, and this is exactly why, because of the conversation I had this weekend, where it was just a lot of back and forth and just going, well, that's not the way it works. That's not how the political system works. This is not how, like, what you're saying, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot. So whatever. But my whole point was like, you care more about my mother and my grandmother. Where were you 2 years ago when we had the deadliest flu that we've had in our lifetime and 150,000 people?
Televised.
Right, and I said it wasn't politicized. It wasn't.
Or the swine flu.
Fear wasn't jammed down your throat.
It's not just politicized, it's televised.
Sure.
But
I
yes,
mean, well,
the fear-
televised is politicized now. Politicized is televised.
Fair,
you know what
fair
I mean?
enough.
So it's just like I don't like that. I'm just so over the righteousness of people and the masks and be a good person, be a good neighbor. Put your mask on if it makes other people feel comfortable, or if you're going into a place indoors, or you know what I mean. Like I get all of that, and I'm not going to argue.
Imagine being so angry with inside yourself to go, I care more about your mother and your grandmother.
Right, and like I'm not even knocking on him. I'm not knocking on him. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
But
it's like it gets crazy.
Yeah, but to be fair, we just watched Bill Burr make the same joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
but he also said,
he said,
I don't care.
No. He was slick. He said, if you want to off your own pants. So he's already making the distinction.
He's making it, yes,
He's
100%.
making the distinction that if you make that choice, you are being danger to yourself and others. That was a
And what did he say, though?
Monologue.
But what did he say, though?
He started with people with masks.
What did he say?
He doesn't
I don't care.
He does care.
But my point is I don't care.
Well, no,
I believe that he doesn't give a shit.
No, he's saying he doesn't
you
care.
have the choice.
Yeah, he's saying you have the choice.
I don't care if you kill your grandma.
Exactly.
But what did he say, though? You have the choice.
No, but what he's still saying is you do have the choice, but what I believe subliminally coming out in this joke is that...
Did a fly just land on my head?
No, Pence.
I just saw it.
It's right there, Pence. Relax. All right. Relax. I know there's a woman on stage with you. Don't panic.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, go on.
But yeah.
But here's my distinction. Here's my distinction. To sit there and say...
Can you imagine him saying that? My Pence saying that? Oh, I'd die right there.
I don't see gender.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I would have just died right there.
The difference that I see in it is this.
No, you respect his creativity, but I'm telling you.
No.
Every joke leans left or right. He leaned that
I'm not talking about that, though, but I'm not talking about how...
Bill Burr definitely leans left, without a doubt.
Yes, of course he does. My point is that he didn't sit there and he said, you have the choice.
He's not judging you.
I do personally feel like you're going to try, you might kill someone. That's how I feel. But he's not sitting there going, I care more about your...
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Bro, there's two different ways of going about shit.
No, the reason why...
Right.
No, but the reason
way the world works.
No, the reason why I brought it out is because that's a thinking person, and he ran into someone that
emotional person.
Emotional person that just absorbed it all. So he gave you the extreme version of that answer, which is, you don't care about your own parents, but I do. Like...
Right.
That's all that is.
It's, I give you example. Like, why are you so pissed off that your kid has to wear a mask sitting in her desk all day long? I wear a mask at the gym all day. And it's like, okay, but that's your choice. Like, I'm not going to the gym because I'm not running with a fucking mask on.
I agree. That's exactly
you know what I mean. Like,
right.
I'm just not going to do it.
I agree.
It's uncomfortable for me, and I'm not putting my body through that.
He's one of the people that this is how I feel, and if you don't feel this way, I'm going to shame you for it. And I know that for a fact.
But a lot of people are like that. That's
exactly
what I'm saying. Like,
he's one of those people.
Over the righteousness of society. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, yo, fuck you.
You
know what I mean?
That's what he would say.
Yeah.
And are we going to skip the fact that Jesse's 8 cousins tried to kidnap the governor?
Why are they Jesse's 8 cousins? Out of curiosity.
Just funny.
Is this a racial joke?
Yeah, because they're white guys with dreads and guns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You did not see his mugshots?
No, what are you talking about?
Are you kidding me?
Who tried to steal
I know
the
a little
governor?
bit. Yeah,
The FBI interrupted a plot by about 13 white, I don't want to say nationalists because now I'm going to make that word bad. So,
they're not
insurgents.
People that are extremely pro-America is what you're saying.
They had dreadlocks?
A couple. Really? It was
Were they dreadlocks or were they sleep on the sidewalk?
Yeah, fucked up.
In other words, they didn't wash their hair dreadlocks.
They had
Not
locks.
actually.
Yeah, all right.
But anyway, they
hippie locks. Gotcha.
Yes, they were threatening. We had a whole plot, elaborate scheme to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Yeah, they were dead serious. It was going down. The FBI intercepted them, locked them down, and then of course, this is what I don't like about Democrats. Same thing I don't like about Republicans. And she gets on TV and it's like, Donald Trump said blah blah blah. You know, the Proud Boy stand back comment came back like, this is what happens when they stand back. I'm like, no, they actually went forward, but
they weren't Proud Boys.
Yeah, they weren't Proud Boys. They were acting boys. Like they
were a different type of boys.
They went and they tried to, and then so now there's like a
why the mayor of Michigan? Because they just didn't.
Governor of Michigan. Well,
governor.
If
Whatever.
you remember carefully, which is why
I don't.
Back to talking about the economy and how you speak and things you say and the power of words and semantics, all this stuff. He did tweet, liberate Michigan. He did tweet, liberate these places. Liberate is a difficult word for a president to tweet about a virus. Like, back to masks, like they have to wear masks.
Oh yeah,
Some
okay.
businesses are shut
In
down.
what context was this? Was it about coronavirus?
Yeah,
was it
he
about
was just
the
saying-
riots?
No,
was
Did
it
he,
about?
did he just say liberate
He
Michigan?
just literally tweeted liberate Michigan.
There's no context to
There's
what
no
he was saying.
context.
He's
Just the point.
What does he
trumping
mean?
it.
Yeah, well, what's the
What
point
I
he was
think
trying to
what
make?
he was
That's the
referring. The point is
Oh.
he didn't make a point, but
Okay.
There's no point.
Okay.
and that's the danger of what he does.
Right.
Got you.
There you
so
go.
now these guys wanted to kidnap him to just shut him
Her.
up. Her. That's what I
Yes.
meant. To shut her up.
I don't know what the whole plan was. I mean, that's the start of
Okay.
the plan.
Well, now I want to. Now I'm interested.
Now I got to read into it.
Now I got to read into
You
this.
know why Jesse's gonna read into this? Because what do you think people immediately want to attack now? Not guns, militias.
Sure.
Immediately now.
Right.
I told you.
Right.
What did I tell you?
Immediately.
What did I told you.
I'm letting you know that like I've basically spelt out this playbook for you guys from week 1 on.
Well,
all right.
But I told you.
Week 1 Jesse.
Yeah.
It was a very different Jesse week 1.
No, but I
Well,
Episode 1.
listen.
I had my coffee. I had a nice smoke session. I'm relaxed,
but I
Jesse.
told you a lot of the BS. Remember? I told you about the fake corona or the real corona that Donald Trump. I told you he'd be magically cured.
I agreed with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all of this.
It's all as crazy as thinking you have 5 downs at the end of a game.
You know what it is that I wake up
Ooh,
early
You want me to go after the
and
goat?
nice.
You want me to
But
go
go
after
on,
the
make
goat?
your point, and we're
I
going
wake
after
up.
the goat.
I wake up earlier than everyone. Right. My
all
my
right, all right,
daughter's.
get off your fucking pedestal
I mean
over there.
in my house. I mean in my house. I'm not saying. I know you guys sleep till noon.
If I can.
Mondays.
I spend
Yeah.
a lot of time in the morning with the dogs outside thinking about shit.
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Kidnapping's illegal.
All right, fair enough. Can I make fun of Tom Brady now?
please.
Fucking guy.
What?
Tom Brady.
What about him?
He
The goat?
Yeah,
He tried. He forgot it was fourth down,
He didn't think it was, he thought he was on third down apparently
and he tried to throw
because
the ball real
he's so
quick.
above everyone. Freaking bastard.
I don't think it's that bad.
No, it's not.
I think that he.
It's not that we've never seen it before.
I missed the game. What happened? He was trying to
End
spike
of the game.
He was trying to stop the
Didn't
clock.
He was
He
trying to score. Like they
was
were-
trying to score. He
they-
just thought
but
he was on third
mismatched-
down.
He mismatched it downs, and they lost. They lost the game.
They probably would have won too.
Yeah, they would have won if he. Had
Yeah,
well,
if he
maybe
didn't-
because they could have stopped them.
I mean, I said probably
Yeah.
in my opinion.
He's old. He's got that Biden brain.
That's what happens when you're in your 40s.
That Brady Biden brain.
Oh man. Well, listen. I mean, we've seen people spike the ball on fourth down at the end of a game, like shitheads, whatever. But this is just.
What did he do?
This hits differently, man.
What did he do?
Right.
It was over, and he was like fourth down, and they're like, "Nah, that was fourth down." And it's like,
I saw
fourth down." Like, no.
You know what it is when you're that
No,
good.
sir.
When you're that good, when you make a mistake like that, it's gonna get like magnified. Because,
Sure.
'cause
Especially when everyone's like, "Goat."
Yeah, because Sam Darnold walked backwards the other game I watched. Like literally, I turned on, he walked backwards and got sacked, and I'm like, what did I just watch right now? Like I'm like, as a Jet fan, I could never win. I have the butt fumble, I have Moonwalker. Like I'm like, yo,
Moonwalker.
Like he literally,
Oh,
like,
man.
he took the ball, he went this way, and then boom, he's on the floor. I'm like,
You could have Daniel Jones.
no, I want Josh Allen. You guys loved Daniel
Well,
Jones
neither
like
of
last
them.
year.
How about
I
that?
loved Daniel Jones last year. I was hyped for him.
Yeah, you got gassed.
And then it was just like,
You got gassed.
what happened?
Stay woke.
Stay woke. You
What
didn't stay
happened?
football woke.
You didn't stay
That's the
football
problem.
woke. Yeah.
You got to stay football
Yeah,
woke.
We passed up Teddy Bridgewater for Daniel Jones.
Carolina won.
basically.
Carolina won.
Oh, I know, bro. He was my streaming quarterback this week in
There you
two
go.
leagues.
Pick up.
And Teddy did me
Bro,
right. And
Good old Teddy.
Listen, you want to change your league? Pick up the red rifle. Who's that rifle?
Donald.
The new starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
Andy Dalton.
get outta here, Andy Dalton.
Remember I told you that.
You want to know?
Yeah,
You
they're
want to
gonna
know?
change. The Dallas Cowboys are going to change to a run team real
With
quick.
play action, and he's going to hit it to
No
Cooper.
play action.
You'll see.
You want to talk about shitty luck
You'll
for a
see.
QB though? Tyrod Taylor has the most historically bad luck.
No.
Why?
No. No.
Tyrod Taylor?
No, I disagree. Tyrod Taylor.
Every team he goes to, even if he went to Buffalo, they made the playoffs. What happened?
Listen.
Thank you. We got Josh Allen. Have a good day.
You know one thing about
He went to where else did he go?
Josh Allen is incredible, though.
Then he was in.
You know why I won't say that? Because I believe.
You won't say what?
I won't believe that he's got bad luck. I believe
4 teams.
I know, but I believe in
4
sports.
teams.
And he'll tell you, I believe in sports. As an athlete, it is your job to clearly solidify your job. It is your job to clearly separate yourself from your competition. It is your job to make it like, yo, we need this guy. Tyrod Taylor is just a good
where he
guy
messed
on
up?
the team.
He lost his
What
job.
Tyrod should have done
with
was
McCoy.
he should have called up Cap and be like, "Yo, does your girl have any other activist girlfriends? I want one. I need a Nike deal." And then that's it. He would have been forgiven for not being a good quarterback, and it would be
Tyrod
understandable
Taylor's not
why.
a bad quarterback. He has a winning percentage.
Okay, but he's not that good.
No, I didn't say he's not that good. What I'm trying to tell JP, he's not okay. Alex Smith is a great quarterback, and he got
He
bounced.
took what I said way too serious.
I know because you know why?
too serious.
Because Tyrod Taylor, like he wants me to feel bad. I really don't, and then you kind of make me feel like I should.
I'm not making you feel bad. I'm saying that Tyrod Taylor. No one should feel bad for Tyrod
Not
Taylor.
that we feel bad for him as in the community. I feel bad for him as a football player,
Listen,
something that he loves to do.
Let's call it out.
Think about it.
Why did he lose his job in Buffalo? Because Josh Allen is a better quarterback.
Well, they didn't know that at the time.
No, because he's a younger quarterback.
They didn't know that at the time.
He's better.
No, he's younger, and you don't.
He's better. You can
he's
look at
younger,
game
you can't
script.
pay
You
both.
can look at game film.
It's just saying, every team he goes to, he loses that job to a rookie QB.
and he wins. He's a
good rookie QBs. Name
rookie quarterbacks
name
are
him
drafted.
out. Let's pull him up. I don't have my phone on me.
Baker
Baker Mayfield.
Is he good though?
I mean, he was a very good college quarterback.
He came in looking
Is
good.
Baker Mayfield a bad quarterback, or are the Browns organization's just
And
that shitty?
and can I tell you something? That
fuck the Browns. Fuck them.
That Tyrod Taylor move for Baker Mayfield got that coach fired.
Okay. No, what I'm
So that's
saying
blood
is,
on his hands,
what
too.
I'm saying is,
Okay.
the guy lost his job again, but this time not to bad play, not to an injury. Well, technically to an injury, but not an injury of his own doing.
What?
Okay.
A doctor jabbed the fucking needle in his lung.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
And then now this Herbert dude comes in, throws 300 yards for 400 games,
Okay,
4 games in a
ready?
row, and they're like,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story about a 6'5" guy who can throw 90 yards standing.
on his knees.
No, I don't think he can do it on his knees, but maybe he could.
Who?
His name is Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, I'm talking
so
about
Drew
something
Bledsoe is leading these Patriots. He's fucking amazing. You're like this guy.
And he got injured.
He got injured
During gameplay.
and we never saw him
It
again.
wasn't a doctor's fuck up.
I know, like it happens.
Yeah, no. Okay, so now I understand what you're saying about the bad luck of Teddy. He has
That was
one
bad
bad
luck. Tyrod, not Teddy.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Teddy's got bad
I'm still
luck
on
too.
my Teddy Bridgewater high
I
this week,
understand, I
man.
get it.
That one is bad luck. That one,
Yes, that one incident is
He
bad
lost,
luck.
he lost his job again.
Cleveland wasn't bad luck because Baker Mayfield's not that good. He should be able to beat out Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's proving he's not that good.
If he was in Cleveland, it would be up for debate.
Yes.
Who's gonna play better? Yeah,
And
100%.
Josh Allen's a beast.
And then Cleveland would let go of Baker Mayfield. He'll go to another team,
Dallas Cowboys. See what
and he'll have some playoff runs.
he's like, you guys.
Did you see what happened to why am I drawing a blank? Prescott there?
I didn't watch the game because I was driving home. I was watching it on the phone, as I was trying to drive. But all I know is that I got a text from Phil that said, "Ooh, which I can't wait to see." He said, "I made a blockbuster trade literally 2 minutes before Dak goes down." Wow. And I'm like,
So someone got a lemon.
so he goes, the way he worded it to me is like, this makes my team tremendous or something like that. And I'm like,
Saying he gave him away.
I go, you traded Dak right before he got hurt? And he goes, you'll find out tomorrow. And I go, this motherfucker, he wouldn't even tell me. So all night I've been hanging on, what is this blockbuster
but so he
trade?
traded him during the game
I don't know.
because you can't trade him. He's playing. At that
I don't
point.
know.
No, he had to trade him
I don't know.
before.
So
Unless
I
you're
even
saying
said to him,
before the game.
I have a quarterback if you need one. And he goes, I have Brady. So I go, you really did trade Dak? Because that'd be the only trade bait that Phil has on his team is Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Fuck with
Pre
Dak
him
Prescott.
breaking his ankle in 1,000 places.
As apparently they're saying 4 to 6 month recovery. They did such a I got a
He's got a
notification before.
compound fracture and a dislocation. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess maybe it was clean. I don't know. Maybe it didn't shatter.
4 to 6 week?
Month. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
But that's not a long time considering his
That's
foot
the
was
season.
facing the other way.
That's the season.
No, bro, that's...
Yeah, no, his season's done.
Without a
that's
doubt,
what-
his
and then
season.
But I
rehab.
thought it was career
I know-
done.
No.
Like,
No, you knew he was going to
It's
come
just
back.
an ankle.
But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think you understand. That's like... That,
put a bolt in there, he'll be fine.
That's going to cost him... That's going to cost him easily $50 million because you have to understand when you go to contract negotiations, part of what Dak Prescott had going for him is he was incredibly durable. He was
yeah,
never
think about it.
injured. He
Yeah.
never missed
Now
a
he's
game.
gonna have a knee,
Now you're going to walk
ankle.
into... Now you got to sit there and look at a guy like Jerry Jones in the fucking eye who's going to be like... Well,
they had to rebuild my ankle. Yeah,
you don't,
right.
you did
Which,
get injured.
if he
really,
favors
like,
it-
really, you really did get injured. Like,
Yeah.
If he favors it, something else might go.
and
now his other
exactly,
knee might go because he's
and now
kind
he's
of limp,
injury
you know.
prone. You know, not that he is.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Tom Brady doctors are around for all of them. That Dak will probably make a full.
Yeah, but
he's so healthy. He's still so young. Like he'll make a full recovery. He'll be
but
back next season.
He's not going to get the money. That's what this is about. The
Yeah.
money.
All it takes is one
It's
season
money.
of good play
Oh,
again,
he's
and then
franchise
he's back.
tagged. This is a franchise year.
right.
He turned
Not
down
like Alex Smith, who was
he
getting
t-
paid.
He turned down $35 million because he thought he deserved more, and now he was playing on a franchise tag.
Now he's crying in his hospital bed.
With his $38 million in the bank.
And guess what's going to happen next year? Ready, folks? He's going to get franchise tagged.
You think so?
If that. Well, you think
If they keep him.
You think Jerry Jones is going to play? Jerry Jones.
They might just get rid of him.
You
don't think so?
No. Franchise tag or he's out of here.
All right.
You're looking at the new Cowboy.
I don't know,
New
man.
quarterback for.
Wanna do,
he'll go to Denver, maybe,
We'll see.
or maybe
No, they got their stupid
Minnesota. Someone needs to make a change.
The Jets.
I could see Minnesota.
Giants.
Kirk Cousins.
The Giants could, in the division, get back at Jerry Jones for not signing him.
That'd be funny.
Then you draft two receivers and you just go explosion.
No, you're right.
That could
That's
work.
all we need is Dak and Saquon, both bad ankles.
Done.
It's lovely.
Oh, man. Let's do Rushmore Rankings.
Let's do it.
So this week on Rushmore Rankings, I want to do hangover food. Best hangover remedy / foods.
Already got mine.
Done. Easy.
I think we might be agreeing on that.
I don't know.
Maybe, no?
Probably not.
I'm going to
No?
teach everyone something here. And
The only time I was ever 100% fully cured of a hangover, and it was a bad hangover.
mozzarella sticks.
No, it was Golden Corral.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you talking about places or specific?
No,
food?
no.
The Golden Corral is going to
as
make
a food.
two
Two
Rushmores.
As a food.
We really love this
It's
place.
a good hangover remedy. Is going to Golden Corral.
My favorite is a Burger King chicken sandwich. That's my go-to every time I'm hungover.
That's a good one.
Burger King chicken
That's a good-
sandwich.
I
Give
almost
me a
wanna be
Sprite with
hungover.
extra ice.
Just to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife agrees.
That's it
in the
for me.
background.
I'm shocked. I feel like Taco Bell should have jumped in there. I mean,
I don't know. You tell
I'm
that's more of a,
hungover.
that's a current drunk food.
Yeah,
I am drunk. I need to eat this
I'm
now.
shit-faced. Let's shove these things in my
so
mouth.
Maybe we
Hang
can
on.
call it
So
hangover
I-
prevention.
So okay. So hangover.
Eh?
So basically, I'm already drunk. I wake up. I'm hungry. Is what you're saying?
No, you wake up, you're hungover.
You hungover.
Yeah.
Doesn't have
What
to
do
be
you
a-
do to cure your hangover?
It doesn't have to be a food. It could be something else. I take 2 pills
I get
and
it.
drink a lot of
I got
water.
it.
Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
I'll tell you mine.
I do
Burger
coconut
King-
water. Me, I usually bang out. No,
You gotta say Coca-Cola. Because people are
No,
like,
no.
coconut water, huh?
No, I do coconut water.
Actually,
I do
that might work, though.
coconut water.
Burger King chicken sandwich, Pedialyte.
Yeah, like
Pedialyte.
it's like Gatorade. Same
Doesn't
thing.
matter the time of year.
Light.
Give me an air conditioning and my bed. It could be February. I want the AC on and I want to lay in my bed for a few hours and then I'll.
Really, you'd be okay?
Yeah.
For me, hangovers.
I need cold and underwarm
hangovers-
blankets for a
hangover's
hangover.
a day ruiner for me now.
No,
Or
I-
just open a window
I used to
on
have a
like
secret. It
a
doesn't
winter
work
day.
anymore, but I used to buy green tea ginger ale. I'd fucking kill a whole 2-liter.
Well,
So was it your youth that was just getting over quicker? Because
Oh no!
what is it? You know what I mean? Like, what was it?
Now. I can't do that shit now.
That's what I'm saying.
You give me that many drinks, I need a bed.
bro, we
My
we
body
had,
is seasoned now. My body's like system shut down, reset.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I couldn't tell Melissa this, but when we went out for like the whole day and night, for our anniversary.
Yeah.
I was nursing a hangover like halfway through the day because we drank a bottle and a half of wine at lunch.
Oh yeah.
And that was it. I was just like, I gotta still be a part of this,
That's why
I
I
ran
said
out to the car, fucking took a couple hits of a ball, came back in. It was just like,
Hello.
I'm still here.
Fuck
like,
day
let's
drinking.
let's fucking hang out.
That's why I'm not a fan of day drinking.
I am.
Day drinking's great when you can pass out
Day
at
drinking-
8. At 8.
But
Vacation.
What if you're at Montauk Music Festival? It's 1 and you're drinking, and then you have a show at 1 a.m.
Is that better than day drinking on vacation?
That's when you take mushrooms. That's when you take mushrooms at 11.
Are mushrooms
11
a
p.m.
good hangover cure? That's the question. I don't know. I've been taking mushrooms.
I tell you what, mushrooms will probably make you forget about your hangover.
That's a very good point. All right, so I think we got a solid 3, though. I think we got.
What do we got?
I'm putting it back up there. Golden Corral's going on another list.
Wow.
Fuck both of you guys.
I mean, I do think about phase like great because you just
Sure, yeah. I mean, like
just throw
I'm
shit in
fine
your
with
face.
Golden Corral because it has everything
Personally
you need.
cured me of a hangover.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to it.
Burger King chicken sandwich every
That's two.
time does
I'm
it to
gonna
me.
agree with that because I almost taste it and I almost feel hungover thinking about eating it. So that's a good sign. Then
Pedialyte's
on there, so we need that
that's the
fourth
same
one.
Gatorade, Pedialyte.
yeah.
I do the same thing. Go.
Now, but you see, this is the thing. I'll even fight the
Pedialyte
Gatorade
over Gatorade.
Pedialyte because it doesn't have anywhere the amount. Actually, I don't think Pedialyte has any sugar.
Really?
Yeah, and if it does, it's very, very minute. It's literally like flavored baby water. It's fantastic. Like
It is flavored
you
baby.
give it to
What is a
babies.
baby on the fucking thing? I think.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Pediatric.
Yeah. Big word. Gotcha.
Pediatric electrolyte.
I need a
drink
fourth
is what
then.
Pedialyte.
What I need is a fourth hangover cure. Gene, you got nothing?
AC in a bedroom.
Going to work.
Oh,
Going
God.
to work.
never.
Yeah, I got the best one that we haven't
when
said.
I'm hungover and I still gotta go to work, shit gets
Hair of
figured
the
out.
dog. That's the best.
Boom. There you go. It's
Bang,
so.
take a shot.
Yes.
You know what I
agree.
mean? Drink that
I think
beer.
Kayla tried that yesterday from her birthday, my wife, and then wound up getting a half a bottle in. And what happens there is,
Double hangover.
I'm sure,
Well,
You wake up Monday morning at
No, but
1
you
in the
can't
afternoon
hair of the
and you
dog
eat
with a
bag of
half a
chips.
bottle of tequila is what I think.
Because
Is what,
tequila's not a
I think
downer.
you can, though.
Tequila's not a downer.
Because, hey, where
the
is she?
problem.
Kayla.
he or she?
I said, where is she?
Oh.
Kayla. Yeah. You drank a half a bottle of tequila to let go of your hangover. Did it work?
Not today.
Well, I'm saying yesterday.
And now what are you gonna do for today?
Not today.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying.
Now she's got a bag of Cheez-Its. That is
Hangover
not
cured.
gonna work.
Hangover cured. She just got
You
drunk
got like
again.
18 bottles of tequila for your birthday. Go sip it.
Listen here, kids. The best way to get rid of a hangover is to just get drunk again.
All right, so there's your 4. Golden Corral, chicken sandwich, Pedialyte.
Oh, my gosh.
So all right, let me
I
do
like
it
it.
slow because I like to put little pictures. I have fun. Golden Corral,
Uh-huh.
Burger King chicken sandwich,
Burger
the long
King-
one, not the other
Burger
stupid
King
one.
Yeah, I
original
do.
chicken
That's the one
sandwich.
with
The long one,
with the
yes.
soft bun and
Yeah, it's a big
If you
deal.
really want to get crazy, I get extra mayo.
Pick a
No,
first.
absolutely, you get extra mayo.
Smoke a joint
because
before
it's
it.
Burger King mayo. And yeah,
I'm talking a lot about weed today. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
it's fine. Pedialyte,
Yep.
Legalize it.
and then more alcohol.
And then more alcohol. Yeah.
No alcohol's where I would go.
All right,
Keg
guys, that-
stand.
Episode 10. I think this might have been our. No, it's about average time length.
Nice.
Thank you for watching Offended and Unfriended, episode 10.
Subscribe and like.
Like and subscribe, bitches.
Make sure you comment and tell us what you want us to talk about.
And if it's more weed, Jesse's got you. Don't worry. We could judge him by his hair.
My hair? Thought you were going to judge me by my shirt smell.
Somebody got to do their shirt laundry. I just watched that last night, as a matter of fact. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you very much.
Peace.
Come back. Don't touch my drum set.